After all this time, now you come to visit me, brother. Why? To mock.
I need your help. But I wish I could trust you.
If you did, you'd be the fool I always took you for.
You're the villain we like. Like, no, you've genuinely tried to destroy the planet.
Thank you.
And you're very mean to your family.
I am.
And yet we seem to still like you. I mean, I've seen you in the Deep Blue Sea, and I didn't like you there. You were meant to be liked there. So
he's mean in that.
What is it about Loki that you're managing to get across so that you can, be genocidal and still like, we'd take him home to mum?
Would you? I don't know. I don't know what it is. I think maybe it's something to do with, because I like him so much, and he's got a sort of there's a charm about him, where he's almost. It's not like when you meet Loki, it's not like what you see is what you get. I mean, he's going to betray you. He's not trustworthy. That he's completely kind of autocratic and self-serving. But there is some element of mischief, some element of the trickster that I think is kind of delightful.
What are the scenes that you most enjoy shooting? I'm guessing a lot of them are spent, quality time with green tennis balls and green screens around you. Yeah. What ends up being the most fun? Is it Natalie Portman, giving you a solid right hook, or is it, the big scenes where you're, taking over millions?
Natalie giving me a solid right hook was really fun because, we never worked together in the first film, and she wasn't in Avengers, so actually getting to work with Natalie was really lovely, and. I don't know, like, a lot of the fun stuff for me is with Chris Hemsworth, because they are, the tennis with him is really meaty and chewy, and the history of the relationship and the particular chemistry we have is really enjoyable. And I think because they are such perfect opposites in a way. Thor is noble and clear-minded and heroic in a very old school, silhouette, and Loki is sort of fickle and malleable and Machiavellian, and so the two of us together, the dynamic is always really fun to play those scenes.
And are fans respectful of Loki? Do you get treated slightly differently because you're the villain to the way that the other stars are treated, or is it just adoration blind from all?
I don't know, actually. People take different things from it. I think it really depends who you are and what your particular tastes are. I think the good thing about Loki is that there's lots of different things you can take from him. Like, some of the young guys I've met just love how kind of intense he is. They just love the sort of intensity of the character, and in a way his free-spiritedness, his all-out menace. And then I've spoken to older women who actually love the delicacy of his emotional palette, that he's actually quite vulnerable and heartbroken, and they find that interesting. And, people take different things from it. So that's what I really love, is that he's a very complicated, interesting character.
You're going to become a poster child for Freudian, issues, I think, after this film. What was your impression when you got the script for this and saw where Loki was going to go in the second Thor film?
I was relieved, because it feels like a very different journey. It's neither the journey I went on the first Thor film nor the Avengers film. This is a whole new arc. Which is interesting. I hope audiences will be as interested in it as I was. It's actually very emotional, and Loki is forced to do a lot of soul searching, and he hits a particular he hits rock bottom, and after that is forced to reconsider his options that are actually quite profound. Inside all of this amazing spectacle and fun, and his kind of deliberate cynicism and sarcasm and general mischief, and trying to sort of basically trip up Thor whenever he can. Behind that is this actually very profound emotional engine, which is quite exciting.